With so much going on at Walt Disney World for their 50th anniversary, I thought it might be fun to check in on some of the news stories we've been following for Universal Orlando. Halloween Horror Nights is in full swing, but when that wraps up at the end of the month, what will be next for the resort? Let's talk about what attractions may be closing temporarily and which ones are closing for good, plus other rumors for Universal Orlando in today's news update. Several sources have now confirmed that Fear Factor Live will not be returning after Halloween Horror Nights, just as many had assumed. As we talked about prior, it is looking like this area will in fact become an expansion to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. The Fear Factor Live stage is expected to be torn down, although maybe not immediately after Halloween Horror Nights, as we are still awaiting permits for demolition. But when the stage is removed, it is expected to be replaced with a new Wizarding World attraction that will use virtual reality to let you fly on a broomstick. This experience was originally rumored to have been designed for Universal's next theme park, Epic Universe, but instead it is going to be built here as an additional attraction to help tide us over while we wait for the new park. It's expected to open in 2023, although that may just be a target date and could change moving forward. Stay tuned as we will be covering this rumored but still unconfirmed project. The other project we talked about that was rumored for Universal Studios Florida, Shrek 4D, will in fact be closing forever, but not until after the holiday season. What will be replacing Shrek when it closes on January 10th, 2022? Rumors are that a Minion attraction based on the VillainCon convention in the film may be taking over the spot. This would have guests trying out different gadgets and zappers in an interactive walkthrough exhibit of some sort. Hopefully we get some official details on Shrek 4D's replacement in the coming months. In any case, now is your last chance to see Shrek 4D, at least at Universal Orlando, that is. Also rumored to close soon after the upcoming holiday season, although not permanently, is Revenge of the Mummy. It has been rumored for the last couple years that this aging roller coaster would be closing eventually for a complete retrack, and it's starting to look like maybe this time it will actually happen. No one seems too sure on just how long it could take to refurbish the ride, with estimates ranging from 6 to maybe even as long as 9 months. If it does close in January, as is rumored, it could come back nearly the same, like the Hulk did after its refurbishment. Given that the ride only recently received updated visuals for its projected elements, as well as new lighting and more, I'm gonna guess that it will not be rethemed. The retrack will add another couple decades to its lifespan though, which is something I think we can all agree would be good news. Another rumor floating around Universal Orlando has this year's Grinch Show changing venues. Rather than being performed in a soundstage as it has in past years, many believe it may take place inside of the former Blue Man Group Theater. If this is true, that would mean that the audience would get to sit in real theater seats instead of bleachers, and that the show would get to be performed on an actual stage. A couple miles south, work is continuing on backstage areas and support structures for Epic Universe. The first permits for the new theme park filed since major construction was announced to start ramping up again were filed in July, with more coming into Orange County every month since. Work seems to mostly be for a concrete plant and a cooling plant in the backstage areas. And other construction backstage is also ramping up, as seen in recent aerial photographs. Work is also continuing on the Kirkman Road extension, which will be needed to help connect this new theme park to the existing resort. We'll be following the progress of the new theme park very closely, but I'm not expecting too much to happen until early next year. Also going on around the resort, the possible expansion for Volcano Bay seems to have been put on the back burner for now. Until the parks are back to pre-pandemic levels, I'm not expecting any news on that for a while. Screamscape is reporting that a rumored escape room and comedy club is coming to CityWalk Orlando in the next couple years. If that's true, they think the escape room could open first, and that the comedy club will be themed as Saturday Night Live. I'm still awaiting confirmation on these rumors, though. Nothing seems to be currently planned for the Kids Zone area of Universal Studios Florida. Although, after Epic Universe opens, I do expect another major expansion for this park to start to take shape. Until then, we may only be getting some smaller attractions to tide us over, like the Minions and Potter VR. And finally, over at Islands of Adventure, where they just got the Hagrid coaster and Velocicoaster, Poseidons Fury is expected to finally reopen after a long hiatus. It's currently surrounded by work walls while they work to refurbish it, hopefully preparing to reopen for holiday crowds next month. That's all for now, but check out SouvenirSense.com for 2 new candles and wax melt sets that smell exactly like Puppet Theater and Wicked Growth from this year's Halloween Horror Nights. You can get them individually or save a few dollars when you buy them together. Use promo code PARKSTOP10 to save another 10% off too at SouvenirSense.com. Be sure to subscribe to never miss an update, and let me know in the comments what you would add to Universal Studios Florida if you were in charge of creating an entirely new land from scratch. If you like what we do, consider joining our Patreon for extra content and early access. Thanks for watching. See you next time.